Welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today we have Clarence Mitchell, who's the VP of Finance for TPX Communications. He's been with TPX for about 15 years. He's held positions with TPX such as marketing analyst, senior financial analyst, manager of finance, director of financial planning, assistant treasurer on his way to becoming the VP of Finance. After receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics, politics, and philosophy from Pomona College, he went on to receive his Master's of Business Administration from the University of Southern California. And, you know, Clarence is kind of responsible for keeping our financial engine going. So, Clarence, thanks for being on the show.
Happy to be here.
Well, one of the reasons we talked about having you on the show is last week, the executive leadership team of TPX had an all-hands call. Normally, it's about an hour-long call for the approximately 1,500 employees. And our CEO, Joe Cozzolino, was so moved by the unjust killing of George Floyd that he asked employees to just get on the air and talk about their experiences with racism. It was extremely jaw-dropping and riveting to me. And so, Clarence, you were one of the people who came forward and shared your story. So I asked you to share that with my viewers. So welcome to the show and share a little bit about your life experiences.
Sure. That story was from the first time I ever got pulled over by police, by a police officer. I was 12 years old. I was riding my bike to a friend's house, and he came behind me with the lights, flashing, siren, and over the megahorn, saying, telling me to stop the bike. Then he got out and came to me and said that I needed to get off the bike because I wasn't wearing a bike helmet. Now at the time that wasn't the law, and my parents had prepared me for that moment, just like a lot of other Black parents do. And it's better to be alive and better to survive a situation than to be dead right. But I missed that moment, and I said, "Well, Mr. Officer, that's not the law yet, is it?" And he got pretty irate. And anyway, so I, long story short, got off the bike, kept going, and a couple minutes later, he actually circled the block and circled back around to make sure that I knew he was watching me, and that I'm not supposed to get on the bike. So it was just, pretty terrifying. And that wasn't the worst experience I've had. That was just, the first one.
Yeah. And there was probably 15 other people, employees that got on and told similar stories, things that I don't even think about. Like if I got pulled over by a policeman, I'd crack a joke with a guy. But if I was African American, I couldn't do that because I got to show my hands. I got to be respectful. And it's a whole different dialogue to really understand kind of walking a mile in another man's moccasin, so to speak. So
right.
Crazy stuff. So the question is this, what can I do about this? Can I go down and protest at City Hall? Can I do, on Instagram, Blackout Tuesday and post a black square? Can I donate money? I mean, what can I do? What can a viewer of my show do to really make a difference?
So I think the first thing is we need to educate ourselves. So if there's something that you've learned in the last 2 weeks from something you've seen posted, from conversations, dig in, do some research. Look into the history of police brutality and racism in this country as a start. And then from there, just keep doing the next good thing that comes to your heart. So if you feel led to protest. If you feel led to post something on Instagram or Facebook, do that. But a really good and important thing is, especially for our white friends out there, there are people that I can talk to that I can't talk to, or people that I can talk to them, but they won't listen to me. They might listen to you. So as you continue to get educated and fired up about really helping, make the world a better place, just really try to talk to those people that you love and are around you in your circles and see if you can help them see a different perspective on life. And then hopefully, we continue to grow this and really make some good change.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I think listening and having engaging conversation is so important, especially in an environment that, especially on social media, people are interested in just yelling out but to stop and listen and to better understand another person's path, I think is the beginning towards healthy communication. So
Yeah,
thank you so much for saying that. And you know, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun show, and millions of people are watching this right now.
that's right.
Um, and so we always finish with something personal, but not too personal. Why don't you share maybe the most influential person that you've had in your life?
Sure. You know, the first person that comes to mind is my stepdad. Actually, he came into my life when I was about 7 years old, about 6 years old actually, and he was the first person that challenged me to critically think. You know, I was a kid, and he would give me a newspaper article and ask me what I thought about it, and we would talk about it. And you know, having an adult really take that much, you know, that care and investment in me from a time perspective, and just loving on me to know to care enough about what I actually think was a big deal. So you know, for those folks out there who have, you know, a kid in their life, you know, don't underestimate, you know, the importance that your time and your thoughtfulness and engaging them has. It was a really big influence in my life.
Yeah, hashtag powerful parenting. Good job. That's a great answer.
Yep.
Well, Clarence, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate your transparency and being a guest today. I really want to say thank you, and I appreciate it.
No problem. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for watching, everyone.